Hello everyone. I'm super happy to be super back with one more day and one more speaker for a month on Mahatma. Today we have an amazing class representative of St. Joseph's Evening College who's doing his English and psychology from St. Joseph's in the new education policy 2021. So I'm super glad to have him here to know about his aspirations and what he wants to become and whom he wants to take as his role model and follow the footsteps. So today in the studio, we have our dear Shreyas, and welcome to the show,
Thank
Shreyas.
you, ma'am. Glad I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank you for this beautiful opportunity.
Lovely. And we have our beautiful positive psychology intern, Ramya, signing in on our Diwali. You are wearing an amazing outfit, Ramya. It's amazing. And welcome Dr. Dawson Jasper James, our design department head, happily in a casuals today, signing in for Diwali. First of all, I would love to say happy Diwali to each and everyone who's watching our show, because this is the time of festives and we are having a gala time, enjoying the festives, doing what we really love to do. So let us start with the speaker. So Shreyas, you have to look at the camera and speak so that the viewers get a better view of you. So welcome to a month on Mahatma with Mother Teresa University for Digital Education Excellence, Sustainability Development and World Peace. So all these are sustainability goals for 2030, integrity, love, education, justice, and super blessed to have all this into our sustainability development goals. And the more we are talking about SDG goals, the more we are blessed to have a amazing global platform. So Shreyas, first of all, I would love to know whom you're going to speak about today.
I would like to start with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Oh, Ramya, we are going to have a good time again, because APJ Abdul Kalam is the favorite of Ramya, myself, and Dr. Dawson Jasper James. Of course, all the Mahatmas are favorite. Always have a special corner for APJ Abdul Kalam because he is a contemporary. We have seen him, blood and bone, and we know how it is. So thank you so much for choosing him. What is the quote you're going to choose, Shreyas?
The quote that I have chose is, all of us do not have equal talent, but all of us have equal opportunity to develop our talent.
Lovely. All of us do not have equal talent, but all of us have opportunities to develop the equal talent. See, opportunities knock the door only once. If you open the door, if you do it, you just have to just do it, because the same opportunity won't knock you twice. I've seen opportunities slipping through my fingers when I wasn't ready. So I'm not getting the same type of opportunities again. Some of the opportunities I have missed, I'm like, oh my God. But then I've realized there is no, worth of cribbing over the spoiled milk or a spilt milk. So I concentrate on the present and I always look forward for a beautiful future. So what is that you want to say about this quote or elaborate, Shreyas?
All of us do not have equal talents. Firstly, each of us are individuals. All individuals have their own talents. Everybody will be having their own talents. Like one can dance, one can sing, one can write, one can read. Everybody's talent is different. And APJ Abdul Kalam, in a very beautiful way, he has bought in that generalization. He has generalized individuals. Even individuals, he bought it into one. In this one quote that he used, in this one sentence, he bought in everybody and gave everybody their own perspective to look at things, their own way of looking things. He is an inspiration. He spoke generally, but still every individual will feel like, yeah, I have my own talent. I will pursue with my own talent. So that feel comes. It will be like that person is actually talking to you. He is a very good person in making a statement. He uses his words very carefully. He says, all of us do not have the same talent, but all of us definitely, we do definitely have an opportunity to develop our talent. Whatever talent we have as a person, we will be able to develop. One or the other time, we will get one opportunity which we should not miss. That one opportunity, we have to grasp it like once it is in our hand, we are not letting it go. It is like so strong. This is my opportunity. I am not letting it go. This is my cue to go up. This is how I want to live. That one mindset. First of all, we need to figure out what our talent is. Everybody has their own different talent. As soon as we figure out our own talent, what we can do, what we are, how we do things, that is when we can actually think, we can keep our next step. So I had a talent of talking to the crowd, I had a talent of speaking, and I had a talent of getting together with other people. And there are few beautiful people in my life who actually are giving me this opportunity to come in and get this done. They are saying, you want crowd, I'll give you the crowd. You go to the crowd, you do what you do best. So now I know I have a talent of speaking, but just having the talent is not what I need. I need to bring it up. I need to improvise it. I need to be better at it. Nobody is best at anything. Everybody has their own faults in everything we do. What we do is we need to learn to make it better. Every step that we take in, every movement that we do, every change that we go through is a process of learning. And how we learn it and when are we learning it? Learn in the earliest possible so that you can actually pursue it. Your talent is what makes you happy. You have that talent because when you're doing it, you are being happy. And that will make things more better. You will love what you're doing. When you love what you're doing, you will do it the best. That is the best thing I can say. And APJ Abdul Kalam, my inspiration, he speaks so well. I've seen one or two videos of his talking. I haven't seen him in person, but I've seen him talking in crowds. He goes there and he talks. He's a man of simplicity. He does not boast about himself. He's been the president of India, but still he does not have that boasting. He never boasts about himself. He's a man of simplicity. He is like, he calls small children, he talks to him like they're friends, and he encourages them. That happiness, he always has a smile on his face, as far as I've seen. That one smile is enough to make our day. It will just give us that vibe like he can do it. Abdul Kalam is such a great person. Why can't I want to be like Abdul Kalam? I will become Abdul Kalam. People in future should say me, for instance, I'll say people in future should not say Abdul Kalam. They should say Shreyas. I can become one among the Mahatmas is what I think. That is how
Awesome.
we live.
Awesome. Look at his confidence. See, this is the inspiration what Abdul Kalam was looking at. He was always saying, the future is with the youth. He always believed in the younger population of India. So I'm so glad that, the boys who are younger are coming up and telling that tomorrow I will be a Mahatma. It needs loads of guts to say in a show that I will be a Mahatma tomorrow. Yeah, Mahatma is a big soul, isn't it? Anyone can be a Mahatma unless you have a clean temple, body of temple where God can come and reside. I always say if you want a personality, if you want opportunities, you have to always get ready for the next job. I will always say, I don't know, I've been saying this for 20 years now. I tell, like, if you dress up for your next level. What is the job you're looking for the next? Be that. So I feel very inspired to be sitting with this amazing boy today. And one thing I would love to extend or take it forward is every opportunity will come in a wrapped bracket. It's like a gift box. You will not know what is inside. There is so much of speculation going on of what could be inside. It could be a mug, it could be a jug, or it could be anything at all. So what we need to do is take opportunities as it comes and work on it, and don't expect opportunities to reveal all the steps for you. Take one thing at a time and work on it. So I'm so glad the opportunities, what came in his way, he took it for personality and he is building his visual, auditory, kinesthetic. He is building his body, mind, soul. He is building his educational excellence. So when one can be focused and have clarity of what you really want to do in life, things become easier. You know, how are you going to eat an elephant? You
Easy.
have to eat an elephant, you have to cut it into pieces and store it in a pit and cook it and have it piece by piece. So we
Not
cannot
possible.
gobble everything at one time. So take one day at a time and gobble it and digest it and make things work for you. When you have a clear mindset, then you will find light at the end of the tunnel. Over to Dr. Dawson Jasper James. I think he has a question.
No, when you said, how do you eat an elephant? This question was just recently asked. I think they said, mentioned your name. I said, I'll just buy an elephant biscuit and eat it up. Then they said, actually, you got to eat an elephant. It's a violation, so we got to cut into pieces and eat. Because when you're put up with a task, we have to succeed in life. We can't say no. There are challenges so huge. And we have a great inspirational speaker like Shreyas. I'm so baffled. That's all I had to say, Doctor.
Thank you, Dawson. See,
Thank you, sir, for actually accepting my speech.
Actually, we say elephant because elephant is big and you are thoughtful of how to gobble it. It's just a example which is being given, but actually it is for the task. If your dream is not bigger than life, if your dream is not scaring you, that means your dream is not good enough. Abdul Kalam always says every dream is valid. A dream is not something what you see in your sleep. A dream is something which does not let you sleep. So that means you have to take calculated risk. You have to measure your days. You have to measure your thoughts. You have to have a vision. What will I be in the next 5 years? By 2025, what is that I'm going to be? What is that I have to achieve? What are the steps to be taken today? Because every drop of water makes a mighty ocean, and you cannot become a pro in a day. So we have to do small pieces of work, assemble it, and never settle unless we find a passion. So you should be a visionary, you should have a mission, you should have a passion. It's a lot more to ask from life because we don't know what is going to happen the next moment. The life is so very uncertain. See, last week we lost Dr. Puneet Rajkumar's life, and it is so very sad because he had so much of vibration and he had so much of ambition and what more all he wanted to do. But we don't know when God will pull you out, by just pulling the door and we are out of this planet. To come to this planet, we take 9 months. We need two people to, make us, and we have to, come 9 months. After 9 months, and then you have a 5 years of period where you will be learning things, vocabulary, family. Your sixth sense arrives on the 6th year. But when you die in a moment. And the moment you're born, you're walking towards the grave. So what Abdul Kalam did is, he left the inspiration that how you can be a great person in this earth. See, nothing belongs to us. We say so own house, that own house does not belong to us. Yeah, we all have around 100 years roughly. But in that, we don't know. Our lifestyle plays a very important role. I have heard through a Harvard study that people who are in social causes, people who do philanthropy, people who have a big social circle, people who are happy, people who are there for their friends and family are the people who have a healthy, long life because they have a purpose to live. So first of all, let's all have purpose, and the purpose should be in sync with our integrity, knowledge, and the growth that we want to do with the Mahatmas. So Shreyas, I have a question for you.
Sure.
See, when Abdul Kalam started, nobody knows he's going to become a Mahatma or he's going to become a president of India or he is going to do stuff. He didn't have all the clues of how life is. There was a huge challenge in his growing up years. They were, tight-handed. They were tight-handed and they were temporary uncash if he had to get his education or even to, run a square meal and all that. And he had disadvantages like, not having a clear or easy access to English. But if you see, he would speak flawless English. He would have a, beautiful discipline. He would be always spick and span, and his personality would be, impeccable. So, what do you think that you have to adopt from APJ Abdul Kalam? If you were given a chance to adopt 5 qualities of APJ Abdul Kalam, what would it be?
Ma'am, I'll say another thing which was said by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam himself.
Hmm.
Winners are not who never fall. Winners are those who never quit. What Abdul Kalam actually did was he never quit. What is the point of quitting? You just do it once. Everybody fails. Everybody falls. I started to learn to walk only after I fell like 1,000 times. But I still woke up and I'm walking, and that is why I'm now able to walk. That is what makes a person. We just fall. Everybody falls. But are you ready to wake up? Are you ready to get back up? Are you ready to walk? Are you ready to move on with what you're doing? If yes, what are you going to do with it? If no, why aren't you able to do it? There are two ways in how we can actually look at life: yes or no. If yes, how are you going to do it? And what will you do to achieve it? If no, why aren't you able to do it? What is holding you back? Figure out why it is a no, and try to change it into yes. Have a positive attitude that will bring you up. Be positive enough to say that yes, I can do it. If you can't do it, then you can say no, I can't do it. But still, you can also say, why am I not able to do it? Ask yourself that question, why you are not actually able to do it, and find a solution that so that you can do it. There is a solution for every problem. Finding the solution is what actually matters. Fail. Abdul Kalam also said this: fail does not mean losing. Fail means first attempt in learning. Fail is the first attempt in learning. It is an abbreviation. F for first, A for attempt, I for in, and L for learning. That is how we actually perceive, we need to perceive life. He took life in a positive way. He was ready. He is ready to be humiliated also. But even when he's humiliated, he's learning from it. Learning from it and growing up, being that person. He was a president. He's an aeronautical engineering scientist. He is there because he never gave up. That is one thing that I would really love to take up from Abdul Kalam. Never give up. Always have hope, and hope is what brings you further.
I'm so glad, you've taken things so seriously at this such small age, because hope, faith, and importantly, the confidence, belief in you will take you places. Because failure is a stepping stone for success. Like he said, failure is the first step towards
Attempt in learning.
success. It's a first attempt in learning. So failures, I always say, scientist Prabhakaran, who worked with Abdul Kalam, he always says, fail, but fail fast and fail forward. You understand this is a failure. Okay, this doesn't work. Then what works? Our Thomas Alva Edison failed 1,000 times of finding a light, which we are enjoying so much. So when he was asked, what is that? What do you want to say about your failure? He said, I know 1,000 ways a bulb does not work. He considered that to be a way of learning, telling that I know 1,000 ways which a bulb will not work. So it is the 1,001st time he learned how a bulb can be lit. It is illuminating the whole world. Thomas Alva Edison's name is forever and ever engraved, isn't it? So we have to do something phenomenal for the society, for ourselves, our family, our acquaintances, our colleagues, for all of them. Let us do whatever we can do in whatever small way or big way we can do and make that difference. When we are giving this affirmation for ourselves every time now and then, the universe will accept, because the universe is listening with all ears to what you're saying and what you're asking, and you get what you ask. So when Abdul Kalam is able to do things with limited resources what he got, Why not you? Why not me? We can always do something, but the thing is, we should have that kind of goal setting, that kind of theme, that kind of vibrancy, that kind of value add to go forward and make a difference in our own lives and others' lives. So let me pass it on to this lovely lady sitting here on a Diwali. Do you have any question, Ramya, in this occasion? I would love you to ask my speaker anything which you want to know, or anything which is, related to our favorite APJ Abdul Kalam.
I don't want to ask him a question. First of all, Shreyas is like my fellow colleague whom I've been working for a week right now with him. I have some suggestions to make. When Shreyas told about opportunity, talent, I think Vivek took a great missionary work from Abdul Kalam. He started planting trees, and there was Damu, who was also doing some missionary work. So I think, Shreyas, you should really take up some missionary work and work for it, because you have the skill to lead it. That's what I could see. And it was really amazing listening to you. And, there was a very different perspective that I got it from you. So that's what I wanted to say.
With the opportunity in my hand, I'll definitely grasp it. Thank you for that suggestion, and I love that.
God bless you.
Glad.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, over to Dr. Dawson Jasper James's hand is there. Yeah.
Doctor, I have a question for Shreyas.
Please.
Shreyas, you've been a class representative, and you have been coordinating with the similar age people. See, when I was in college, I was a student supervisor for the theology department. It was very hard to manage the same age people. People take you for granted. Hey, chalo, just go, they'll say. But give us a roadmap or a format. What are the extra skills that you have to manage the equal age people, so that many people can get inspired by your words, the raw talent that you have, and they can also start managing others, coordinating people, hosting events. So you are a person of multi-talent. So I just want you to give you suggestions.
Okay, firstly, to take up a leadership, we need to listen. Listen to everybody is the first thing that we need to do. And when we listen to everybody, we understand as to how they think. Every individual, just like APJ Abdul Kalam said again, I take up every individual as a single person. All together make one class. What if teachers are there? I am a representative, but still the teachers are there. Teachers will look at the class as a whole. Teachers cannot make change, cannot say, I like him, I don't like him. Yes, sir.
But Mr. Shreyas, teachers are the most powerful thing. They know each individual. Though their eyes are focused on the board, they know who's doing what. They have extra sensory. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. But a teacher will not, there are very less teachers who will actually approach every individual and ask what their problem is and why they are actually doing it. So when every individual is being taken into consideration, I am a class rep, but I don't consider myself to be a class rep. What I tell to my classes, I am not the only class rep. All of you here are reps. When I give that, when I share my responsibility with everyone, everybody thinks that they have the power. They have the power to actually do something, and they will listen to me when I am saying something, because they also have a power. They are standing like a judging people, but actually what is happening is I am helping them out. They don't know that, but I'm helping them out. So they really like me for giving them that opportunity, giving them that freedom. When we give them something, we receive something back. That is how it works every place. And mostly, like you said, in a classroom, my same age, people always expect. And when they're expecting, what we do is we give them what they want, what they think. We make them think that they're getting what they want. But we are actually getting my job done. I have made people do things on a Sunday, on a holiday, on a festival. All these days, I've made people do a lot of things. I've made them do activities. Just if someone else asks for it, they don't do it. But when I ask them, can you do this for me? They'll say, Shreyas, I believe in you. I know you won't let me down. for you, I will do it
No,
because they
please
have
share
that.
the confidentiality. What is the MO that you follow? Modus operandi.
No,
What
it is
does
actually an
he-
example.
how do you
It is
convince
actually an
people?
example. This is not nothing about confidentiality. This is about an example. How I give them their power, their freedom, and take what I want. I am given a responsibility. I give them my freedom. I mean, I give them their freedom, and I take in my work. The work that I want to be done, I'm getting it done. I'm saying you take your time. You take 5 hours, but within 5 hours, you give it to me. You have 5 hours. You don't have 5 hours. You have 5 hours. There's a difference.
Now we know he is an English major. He's using intonation and accent and everything.
Accent really does matter, sir. When it's in the leadership, accent really does matter.
Yes, it is freedom for all and all for freedom. Once Mother Teresa was asked, a man angrily walked into her office because she got a big, donation. And he just asked her, in an angry tone of voice, "Are you a saint?" So for that, she replied, "Yes, so you are. Because what you are, that is the reflection. If I believe I'm a goddesses, I believe each and every girl in this earth is a goddesses. The reflection is of my thoughts. When I address girls, I address them, my fellow friends and mates, as goddesses of goodness and grace. You know how beautiful they feel. But you should be genuine. You should not just say it for the sake of saying. And believe me, goddesses come in all shapes, sizes, color, smile, and everything. So it is not what you're outside, it is what you're made of inside. So very clearly, I have been taught by my culture, my friends, by my family, that give respect and take respect, and that's all matters. So when I was chatting to one of my friends the other day, she was saying, "You know what, Vijay, you're my biggest inspiration." I said, "What? What do you mean?" I I just thought we lost contact and you don't keep any tab on what I'm doing. She said, "No, I'm completely aware of what you're doing, and I'm all with how many failures you have faced, and how like, and I neatly like we studied school together, nursery. We didn't have a Montessori that time, nursery. She remembers that I used to rub the slate every time there is a mistake, and don't I would be all into to rewrite it. That's what she told me. Like, she will be lazy to write it again, but I will rub her slate also and write it and give it to her. So it was fun to know that, you had this traits right from your childhood. So I could see the traits in this, people whom I'm working closely now. All these youngsters have made me feel young, be young and do young things and take life with a new perspective. So anything you ask them, they'll say that this can be done. They will come up with a creative idea, creative thought. And the best part is they are happy in this happy place. You see them playing TT, you see them having food, they will be arranging potluck, birthdays, programs. So it has all become so seamless and so easy. And this is a very, very powerful team. And praise the Lord, I want to give all credits to the Almighty, because without this command, not even a leaf will move. I think He set this team for us to elevate to the next level, and we all make a difference in each other's life. This is what Abdul Kalam was saying all the time. Make a difference in people's life. Be humble, be simple, and be available. In ego, knock that E and let it go. So that is what he used to do. And then with ego, we cannot handle anything at all, be it family, be it, clients, or be it colleagues. All that we have to do is let go the ego and put work first and do income generating activities. Our economy is in a bad state because of COVID. All that we have to do is contribute to the GDP of the country and make our country feel good about who you are. And I'm sure you are the Mahatma in the making. So I'm so glad about it. So one more question I have for you, Shreyas. Shreyas, I asked you, and I'm repeating this question because this is so very important question for all the youngsters over there. If you have to pick up some traits of Abdul Kalam, what are the 5 traits you would pick up? See, I have picked up 5 traits from Abdul Kalam. One, like you said, he takes people to people on their face value, and and ensures that their challenge is addressed. That is, he doesn't judge them. He doesn't, have a preconceived notion about them, but he will ensure that he does things one-to-one manner. Second thing is very humble, which I love. That is what I do. And third thing, he thinks whatever success he gets, it's because of his team. And I bet by it. I know whatever successful I am, whatever little success I attribute to myself, that's because of my team. My team is the superpower I have with me. So the fourth thing I love is management of time. We used to play Veena, we used to have time with children, we used to read books, we used to be a president, we used to go for walk. I love the way he used to live his life in tight-packed compartments. And the last but not the least thing I like is his flawless, spontaneous speaking ways. He used to be a very good speaker and motivator. So that is one cue which I like from him. These are the 5 qualities which I want to imbibe from Abdul Kalam and radiate in my circle. So like that, what are the 5 qualities?
I
which
really
you
love all the 5 qualities that you said in him.
like?
I
Look at
want
him,
to
look at
add
him.
one more. I want to add one more. Is his genuine smile.
Yes.
That genuine
Wow.
smile he gives on a person, it just makes an impact. It is like he changes the whole scenario. Even if you're sad, even if you're angry, whatever it is, just that one smile can actually make an impact as to we get that same vibe from him. That smile is something that makes a difference.
See, look at him, so smart he is. Like how Shiva and
Very
Parvati said, go round the earth and come and take the, apple. So Muruga went all the way and rounded the earth
Ganesha.
thrice. Yeah, Ganesha.
Ganesha went
Muruga
around
went.
Yes.
Muruga went and rounded the whole earth. Okay, but what Ganesha did is he
Went
went
around father and
went around his father and mother and he said that you are my earth and got the fruit. So
I think-
Muruga actually became angry. So like that, he says
Doctor-
these are the 5 qualities which you said, which I also like.
Ma'am, I
and I
had the
just want
same
to
thing in
add
mind.
one.
I had the
So
same
you had
thing
the
in
same
mind
thing
and
in
you
mind.
said.
Look at it.
I had 3 of it in my mind.
Lovely.
Doctor is
Okay,
a
over to
true,
Dawson.
is a
Dawson,
true
please.
Bangalorean. Doctor
Sorry?
is a true Bangalorean.
A true Bangalorean.
True
See,
Bangalorean.
but I always say it is not copyright, copy it. Because whatever we got from, whatever we are doing or whatever we learned it from here. We didn't bring anything from outside. Like Bhagavad Gita says,
Doctor-
we have got everything from here and we have to live everything here. So I'm happy you're copying it and you're going to imbibe it. That's what I'm happy about.
Yes.
Over to Dawson, Dr. Dawson.
Doctor, one of his major traits, I'm telling you, this inspired me.
Yeah,
He has a photographic memory.
yeah.
Let's say if he goes to Russia and visits some confidential areas or zone, he will just roll his eyes and he will store it in his brain, come to India, without anything, he will replicate. He will give shape to his vision and the memory. So this, I learned it so many years back that this man is capable of this. So I always used to observe people in office. I never go and ask anybody, can you please teach me this? Please teach me this. No way. I will just slowly have my peripheral vision going on and just observe, immediately go apply my mind and make it possible. Or I'll go to Google or go to a specific course, learn from it. So this man has given that vision to India. Just look at things, and he loves children's smile, he loves nature. So his eye is actually a camera which photographs things.
So he lived his life to the fullest. He had clarity of purpose. He didn't want to marry because he wanted to marry his job. He had so much of clarity because he didn't want to give time for that particular area of his life. But that didn't stop him from being a family man. Whoever other scientists were working with him, he used to take care of them. For Diwali, if the scientist is working on a long shift, he used to send car with crackers to their home. So all that eye for detail he had. He is actually a family man without a family. But whole India is his family. Look at the fan following he has got. I would say the whole globe is his fan.
Yeah.
So the second thing what I wanted to tell is, when you were talking about graphical memory or photographic memory he had, he believed in his team and scientists and the future for India that Indians can move, big tides for the world. So first of all, it is the intention of having good things. Second, bringing it to action. Because anybody can dream anything, but putting it to action, you need discipline, you need strong determination, you need the strong decision making skills, and you should be daring. And over and above, if you are determined, if you are daring, if you have decision making skills, all that dynamic soul, whatever you are, in spite of all this, there is one thing which binds everything together. That is the leadership. Because leaders are not someone who creates followers. Leaders are ones who create more leaders. Leadership is all about making people believe in your talent by being an example, not by preaching, but by teaching. So there is a big difference by leading by example. So working without title, doing stuff which anybody can do. See, in the office, we all pick up glasses and mugs and go put it in the trash, irrespective of who drank the coffee or who left it on the table, because we think this is a family. So we can see little things, little bit of things, and we know what it is. So the best part is, I'm so glad this boy made it so deep. It was beyond my expectations that he spoke really well, and he has left a iota of what I would say a kind of inspiration for all of us to follow. And I wish him all the best, and I dedicate my high-five statement to him today. Sorry, please forgive me. I love you.
Please don't do that.
Thank you. God bless you. So we have to do it. We have to accept this dedication because it's a Ho'oponopono prayer. And thank you is the biggest and loveliest prayer in the world. And the more we pray, the better we are. Because Mother Teresa always used to say, she thought prayers change things for me, but actually it is prayers gives us a perspective that we change things for ourselves. So prayers are our only path, and keep praying, keep asking the universe with great intention, and all your intentions will become tathastu.
Thank you.
So we are closing this as Banton Mahatma with a note and a quote from APJ Abdul Kalam. He always says, burn like a sun. Yeah, if you have to be a sun, burn
if you
like
want
a
to
sun.
burn like a sun, first shine. If you
want
want to shine like a sun,
you
first
have to
burn like a sun.
And I'm not handsome, but I can give my hand to someone who's in need. So thank you so much. There is a namaste coming from Dr. Dawson Jasper James. And I know Ramya is giving a big smile to you. We wish you all the best for all your endeavors. And I want you to come out in flying colors in your EJP course, what you're doing at St. Joseph's. And I want you to be an entrepreneur.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So thank you very much. God bless you all. And
Thank you,
have
ma'am,
a
for this
happy
opportunity.
weekend, happy Diwali. And moreover, be safe, burst crackers with, safety and precautions. I would recommend not to, burst crackers for various reasons. But that said apart, take COVID precautions, be careful, and enjoy your weekend to the core. Be happy for no reasons, because today is the first day for the rest of your lives. Be a happy version. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Namaste.